So, any codec moments from you, Snake?
Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the CODEC Moments podcast. I'm Ephraim Scufflegrit, joined here as hopefully always with Flash
Fuck
Medallion.
that noise, man. Did you watch that trailer?
Holy shit, yes. So many questions, so much hype, just so much going on.
In such a short amount of time. There's lots going on in there, and it really wasn't a lot. That was super cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's there wasn't as much going on in a lot of the other trailers, but it almost left me with more questions as a lot of the other ones, and especially that walk down the hallway kind of got me.
Yeah, I mean, excuse me, I had kind of expectations around that from him showing that photo. I'm like, hey, that's metalgearsolid 3 Snake from that sequence. And then, holy shit. Oh, by the way, everybody, if you are trying to stay spoiler-free from the trailer, skip forward to a time that I will write in the YouTube description.
Yeah, so
Yes.
let's jump right into it with the what's up with the skull face thing.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and say I don't think that's, Big Boss equals Skullface, but I remember the early previews talked about it being very Lynchian, and it definitely seems that way. Like, we're seeing visual representations of what's going on and, say, Big Boss as a character in a way that Metal Gear Solid hasn't really done before.
I agree, and I think I mentioned this on one of the previous episodes, that I think a lot of that stuff, like with the one trailer for E3, I think it was, where he turns around and he sees Skullface there, and maybe he was there, maybe he wasn't. I think it's more symbolism of how alike they're becoming. It seems like, to me, in this latest trailer, it was almost symbolism that the character of Big Boss is kind of burning away as we once knew him as Naked Snake, and he's becoming this kind of evil thing, a lot like Skullface. But I think you're right that it's not that, oh, they're the same person.
Yeah, definitely the impression I get is of his identity being stripped away. And that's something that kind of resonates with all the other ideas that we've had thrown at us about race and we're all the same under our skin kind of thing. Something that came up very early in the promotional stuff. So that's kind of what I get from that. He's being stripped back, even under his skin, and there's something going on with him sacrificing or losing his identity for whatever it is that his goals are, and then being associated with a character like Skullface because of that. Skullface seems to have had that done to him forcibly, while Big Boss, maybe that's a choice. Maybe that's something we see happening. So that's super interesting. I also want to take the opportunity to say hi to all the guys. We've got a few people hanging out in the Hangout chatting, so feel free to type away and throw your thoughts in while you're here. It's nice to have a group. It's been fun. It's been a complete shit show trying to get it together, but here we are.
Yeah.
And also, when this is published, it's going to be the weekend before release date. This is going to come up on August probably the 30th, knowing my schedule. 30th
Yep.
or maybe even the 31st by the time I get finished editing it. And if this is as messy as I expect it will be, it's going to take a while to edit. So everybody who's listening, you're that close. We're a couple of days away. Savor it, enjoy it, and I'll see you all on the flip side.
Yeah, we're right down to the wire now.
It's happening. Okay, so shall we jump into our little schedule? We've got a few variations on the usual schedule. I'm going to say schedule. And first up, we've got the subreddit rundown drinking contest, Shitpost Hunter. Now, the rules for Shitpost Hunter is that it's, as far as it goes, is that we both hit the new page at the same time, and whoever can call out a shitpost to the other person first, the other person has to consume. Also, while I'm at it, because we're crossing date lines here, we are playing international consuming rules. So if you're unfamiliar with that, that is no swearing, well, we'll keep it simple, no swearing and no using the D word and no using proper names. For this case, I guess we'll say Scuff is a proper name and Flash is a proper name. Are you with me?
Kind of.
Okay, we'll see how we go. Right, are you ready?
Let me cue it up here, and okay, I'm ready to start my 10 a.m. drinking game.
Since the trailer launched, I haven't touched the new queue for about an hour, so we should have some good fodder. All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
All right, go. I got one. Oh, never mind. Click on the draw. Why isn't Portable Ops mentioned anymore? Could that count as one? Isn't it a direct sequel to MGS3? It's also included in the introduction of some major characters and plot points.
That's true. Why doesn't Batman dance anymore? All right, I'll take that.
All right, back to the queue.
Hang on. Any spoilers in the launch trailer? That's a shitpost.
Yep, here we go. Consuming.
Okay. What is happening? No, that doesn't count. That's just general raving.
Yeah, that was the one I called out real quick first too. Download or
I've
hard.
played all the Metal Gear games beside Peace Walker. What's the link to the few hours video that gives me a rundown? That motherfucker is an FAQ, and I'm tagging it right now. This just popped up on my newsfeed.
Download or hard copy. Will there be anything that the hard copy of MGS booklet illustration has that the digital doesn't? That's in the FAQ.
Yeah, Google is your friend. All right.
I have to pour myself another one already.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Oh, while we're looking, no companion app 360 PC. Well, fair enough. Guys, I found a shocking new image of Skullface. Hey, it's Mr. Skeletal. Thank you, Mr. Skeletal.
Yep.
I'm just going to drink from Mr. Skeletal. Oh, and I said the D word. TPPCE on PS4. No. Why are Metal Gears from the 70s and 80s more advanced from the ones from the 2000s? Because the games are newer. Consume, Mr. Grit.
Yep. Wow, who made that poster? It's actually pretty cool.
Which poster?
There's a Terminator-looking one. Looks like by Andronix. 65 points 2 hours ago. It's actually really good. Off topic.
Are you on the new queue or the top queue?
I'm on you.
Oh, okay. Wait times are a bad mechanic? Question mark. Shitpost.
I saw that one too.
1 hour till the new trailer. Oh, I'll call that excitement.
Oh, that's just hype.
Sorry, I see that poster now. I like it.
Yeah, right?
Oh, look at this fucking cunt. Who does he think he is? 31 upvotes already. Leak Metathread version 4. Remember that posting anything vaguely remembering a leak. Blah, 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 blah. Ban. Man, screw that guy.
What a douche.
Who does he think he is trying to ruin everybody's fun?
Not letting us speculate about the leaks. Who is... Oh, Flash... damn it. I'm drinking. Damn it. There's 2 of them. I said the D word and a proper name. I'm taking a cab for the rest of the day.
Nice. Should I day one or wait? That's a shit.
Ooh, I'll take it. Sorry if this has been asked before, and I'm sure it has, but is there any way to quickly power through Peace Walker?
No, I think that's a decent question. I will challenge you on that.
Is that not in the FAQ, like the videos and stuff?
How to power through it? No, I don't think I've ever seen any guide in my life. I'm sure they're out there, but like to sprint through Peace Walker?
That's fair.
Yeah. And also, by the way, please don't take any offense if you're listening. I don't even know who listens to this. But if you are, and that was your post, don't take it hard.
No, this is all in good fun.
Little PMC name? No. Is there any UK retailer who will likely deliver the game a day early? Yes, we will give the answers to you on a public forum because that is widely known and there will be no repercussions.
That is a consume. Salty question.
We might as well call... So if the Cobra unit is paranormal, what is the boss's power? I don't think the Cobra unit is necessarily paranormal.
I would say the
Right?
Sorrow certainly is.
Yes, good call. I always like the fear. I like the fear because he doesn't really have any powers. Like, he has stealth camo, he's double jointed, and there's some weird ass surgery on his tongue, but otherwise he's just like some guy from New Jersey.
He's kind of Spider-Man-y.
Kind of, but not. Like, that's a superpower. He's in, like, you know, he's in this elite unit of like an ancient sniper who can do everything and power up by the sun. There's got like a guy who was bitten by a radioactive beekeeper. And you've got like a cosmonaut, but his special power is that he's double jointed. it's like a circus guy. I like it.
I think the Fury's power is that he has a jetpack.
Yeah, it's like the Russian arms race. Hey, they're finding out about all these soldiers who like, oh, he's double jointed. We need to find a guy and give him a jetpack.
This man, yes, he work. He crazy. Just give him jetpack. He take down infiltrator.
So what is the boss's power? Answer the question.
I would say her mind. I'm going to give a cheesy answer. I think
mind.
it's her personality and her perseverance would be what makes the boss special.
I'll piggyback on that and say charisma. Like,
I can see that.
Yeah, like it's just she's got superpowered charisma, which is a cool idea when you think about it. And that's kind of why the CIA tried to take her down. Like, everyone listened to her. Like, no matter how much shit they got up to. Excuse me, that is a word. No matter how much shenanigans the CIA got up to do stuff. Yes, that's where I was going with that. Being Ocelot's mum, I can't work out who's posting in this thing. Do you guys want to post in the big chat? Because there's 2 chat windows open. Being Ocelot's mum is from freaking Tony. That is a superpower. Being Ocelot's mum. Yeah, alright. He was a dick early on.
This just got submitted. It's not a shitpost by any means, but I like that someone pointed this out. Killer Z7720, I refreshed the new, and suddenly the outer heaven symbol makes sense. I like that.
Yeah, it's come up before, but I'm glad someone's bringing it up again, because I was connecting it more to Skullface himself and thinking, hey, what if the Outer Heaven logo is based on Skullface? But it seems like a more broader idea. If we go back to, I was going to tag this for spoilers. God, you people, seriously. Yeah, if the skull is a symbol of losing your identity, which kind of ties into the whole armies without a nation and no ideology, it seems like almost an extension of that, you could say. No identity, no race, no religion, no tribal affiliations, no language. Just
I can see that.
You're a person. Yeah, it's just a spitball here.
Yeah, I like that. Like that a lot, actually. Who's Chad? African portion of
Here's a good question, because I've got the same question. Where was the scene in Peace Walker? I don't remember it. With Paz from holding her arms open with soldiers?
Oh.
I've got to say, I saw that, and it threw me for a loop, because
familiar, but I can't place it.
I'm positive it's not in Peace Walker. Someone please prove me wrong, but I'm positive it's not. Alright, shall we move on to round 1?
Yes.
Okay, so that was round 1. Shall we move on to the next round? Should we go to the Metal Gear Solid 2 meme challenge? We might bring Waylander in here for this. The idea is this is a trivia contest. We'll take turns asking each other questions. Consume if you don't know the answer, or consume if the other person gets your question right.
Let's do... Ooh.
Hello, Waylander. How we doing?
I'm good. Back from the dead, as you can see. And,
Again?
Yeah, you just can't keep me down. It's not over yet. And I have come up with some devious trivia questions for you. I was inspired by Robert Atkin Downes at the end of Deja Vu and Jamais Vu.
Very good.
With his questions. So I've got 12 questions here, ranging from Liquid Snake questions to other. And
to other Liquid Snake questions.
Yeah. But yeah, so I...
Alright, let's take it away.
Okay, so trivia question number 1. Liquid became the youngest person to serve in the Special Air Service, but what age was he when he joined?
I'm going to say 14.
Flash?
Oh, sorry, I forgot the buzzer. Flash, go ahead.
You did forget. Who said my name?
I did.
So did somebody else say my name who is currently partaking in international consuming rules?
I'm drinking.
Everyone's
You're
drinking. He said that twice, too.
Mm-hmm. So I bust in, but I don't actually know. I'm going to go say he was... He was the youngest. No, it wasn't even that weird. He was 18?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's another for Mr. Grit.
I'm not complaining.
Question 2. What age was Solid Snake in 2014?
I'm going to do some really quick math. 2014, 72,
You can't buzz in.
2018 is 40. He was 42.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, darn, I have to drink again. Alright.
You have to what?
There's 2.
So nicknames don't count as proper nouns, right?
Say again? I said we're
names.
counting our usernames as proper names because we don't use our real names on discussion.
Yeah, but I can use your nicknames because I've given you all nicknames.
You can use those, yeah.
It just helps, seeing as people are buzzing in. I need to be able to say who it is for the users. I mean, the listeners.
That's true.
He can be
So,
Mr. Medallion, and
onwards.
I'll be Mr. Grit.
Question 3. Who is the only major member of Philanthropy to not make an appearance after it was created in MGS2? Medallion
Melee?
Man? She makes an appearance.
I know the answer, but I just forfeited, right.
Yeah, so Scruff?
I am going to say Natasha.
Correct. Well, it's Nastasha, but close enough.
Yeah. That woman that never, like, you could go through the entire Metal Gear Solid 1 without ever talking to her.
Yeah, which is a shame because she's really interesting.
Yeah, I think I've actually only done the playthrough once listening to her, and then I always just forget about her existence altogether.
Well, I think High Up Daisy did it best, where in that comic, then it's bleep bleep, I'm Rush. Kenny's gone through nukes. You'll never call me again.
I do remember in my first playthrough, don't ask me why it sticks out to me, but she was the one that clued me in about how to detect hidden laser traps.
With
It was in the armory. I'm like, what am I going to do here? And it ended up being Nastasha, who was like sitting there, like smoking on like her 9th packet of whatever that she smokes. Going, have you tried lighting a cigarette? It's like, I haven't, but now I will. Thanks, Nastasha.
So, question 4. This one's a bit more difficult. What was Big Boss's frequency at the beginning of Metal Gear?
Buzz Buzz.
That's
I believe
Scruff?
it was 140.80.
Wrong!
Oh, I was going to say it.
Medallion Man.
141.40.
Wrong!
Damn.
Both have to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to guess
Have to
again?
what now?
So do you.
Yeah, well,
Um,
I'm just drinking anyway. Drink.
Nah,
That's a good
I'm
one.
gonna
Just-
fess up and say I've got no idea.
Press select to submit to the torture.
What's the answer?
The answer is 120.85.
What kind of frequency is that? Nobody uses that.
That's the
It's
original
not a Metal
frequency.
Gear frequency.
Okay,
There's no
okay.
140 in it.
This one's a bit easier for you because there's only so many answers it could be. Question 5. What is Olga's blood type?
Buzz Buzz.
Scruff.
It's O, isn't it?
Wrong.
Oh, I know the
Medallion
answer.
Man.
I'm gonna say A+.
Oh, so close. Sorry, have to take your first answer, and you're wrong. It's
and I-
A, not A.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I
knew
corrected
was
it because I just
serious.
realised there are no pluses in the actual. Doesn't record plus or minus.
Still
Minus,
have to
doesn't
take your first answer.
Just O.
Yeah, that's fine.
I hope someone's keeping count because I haven't been. I've just.
On that topic, I would love to find or meet or get in contact with one person who won that contest and got their name as a dog tag.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, what are those people up to now? Like, wouldn't that be a project to hunt down every dog tag list and try and get in contact with all those people?
They actually all
What if they still play
got
Metal?
positions in the real Gurlukovich army, and they're all currently fighting in Afghanistan. It's one of them
Yeah.
double-edged swords.
It's got abducted in the middle of the night. Congratulations, you win contest. You win army now. Let's go.
Yeah,
If
no,
Russia
how cool would
contest
that be?
wins you.
I remember entering the contest, I'm sure I did. This is before MGS2, so I'm going to say 14, 15, but yeah, I would love to to meet at least one person who just got their name immortalized on the dog tags. It's something that gets forgotten about a little bit.
I was going to say we all get to, because you get to enter your own name on Raiden's dog tags.
True.
We're all in the game.
Without giving away too much about your name, obviously, I wonder had you won and someone had played through the game and like saw your name come up, they would have said, "Oh, I didn't know he was a Metal Gear fan. Cool, there's a famous person that's a big Metal Gear Solid fan."
That's true. Fun story, not a fun story. About 15 years ago, I'm going to say, no way it was that long. Anyway, I commented on Kotaku once, back when I first found Kotaku. All I did was, it was probably Metal Gear related, to be honest, and then I just got a million replies. At the time, this is the birth of Facebook login, so I just logged in with my Facebook and threw my name up there. So, oh my god, Dr. Leo Spaceman, I love you, and that's when I discovered who Dr. Leo Spaceman was. I knew who he was because when I was even younger, you Google yourself on the internet, and the site came up called XXX, this person's name, a comedic genius, and apparently been on Saturday Night Live and stuff, and it's just like this fan site about this guy who I had no idea who he was, so I started following him early through his career. He's like my comedic doppelganger.
Doppelganger wanger.
Going octopus.
Alright, next question.
Yes. So, question 6. What is Paz's last name?
Buzz
Bling,
Buzz.
bling, bling.
Oh,
Sorry, did you say Paz or Kaz?
Paz with a P for peace. And Scruff?
Who's first on that one? I'm going to say Pacifica.
That's,
What?
Well, One,
No,
that's her
yeah.
first name, and two, that's her code name.
Yes. Correct. Oh, yeah. I was quick on the draw on that one.
Okay. Judging by that, you're not looking for code name, looking for real last name?
Yeah, or the one
Unf-
that she gives. you
Yeah,
know,
unfortunately, it is Ocean.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
And actually,
Actually, no, the one she
German
gives.
got that before all we did in the text chat on the side there, so I'm going to consume anyway. Just because
The one she gives at the beginning is Paz Ortega Andrade, which is the name I was looking for. Pacifica Ocean
that her
is her
real
code
name, though?
name.
Ah, gotcha. Of course, it's very Bondy, that name, Pacifica Ocean, isn't it?
Well, it's the same
That's
game with
very
Hot
Bond.
Coldman, so.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha,
Alright,
guys,
moving on.
my actual name is Pacific Ocean. Like, oh, okay.
And unfortunately, she fell into the Caribbean Sea.
This
So-
is a chime in from HF here. Peace Walker is the rejected name dumping ground. Nobody can argue with that.
I'm convinced that Kojima finally weed when he was like, oh, maybe drugs are okay, and then like, all right, guys, we'll name this guy Hot Coldman. This is Pacific Ocean.
I think that explains why there were no bosses. Like, they literally got to the bottom of their boss name barrel and got Hot Coldman, Pacifica Ocean, realized A, they're not related, B, they've only got two. And you can't have two bosses, so it's like, well, here's a really cool naming scheme for our bosses. Lav304B Custom. Lav3, whatever the other fucking model is, custom.
Well,
Sorry, that's
the thing
assumption.
the thing I like about it is it's moving more towards how things were in Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, where things are named like that, like Operation
true.
Intrude, blah blah, like numbers and stuff. It's almost like a waxing and waning within the universe. So like you started off with stuff and it sort of bent into this sort of more realistic and then bent out again, just like with silly code names like Code Talker coming up. That's such a Metal Gear
Yeah.
name, not a Metal Gear Solid name. Like,
I'll give you
guys have
that.
seen,
Although, sorry, I just want to jump in and quote Salad Snake here. Salad Snake. I just realised that Pacifica Ocean got thrown into the Atlantic Ocean. A, that's cool. B, she got thrown into the Caribbean Sea.
yeah, I already made
But,
that joke.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Good. You'll hear it on the re-listen.
I guess I will.
So, we all know that the classified intel acquisition mission only began because Kaz got some information from someone within Langley. So the question I have is,
It wasn't the
the
doorknob.
question you have to drink, and I have to drink, and drink.
oh yeah, he has to what?
So my question is, was the person who gave them the information the CIA official from the ending of MGS3? True or
Say,
false?
was
Buzz
it?
Buzz.
Scruff?
Yes.
Wrong.
No, it wasn't. It was the Joint Chief of Staff, wasn't it?
Yes, or the DoD official. Yeah, I just realized making a true or false question doesn't really work when you've only got 2 participants. So, yes, it wasn't the CIA director, because that was the guy who was like, hey, shake my hand, and Big Boss like put his hand out, then put it to his nose and wiggled his fingers and walked off.
Which leads into my favorite secret theater, by the way, of the, like he
Damn
hunts
it, you beat
down.
me to it. You beat me to it.
Yes.
Hands down the best.
Well, it leads into that, which
I love
will-
how he just like firmly puts out his hand. He's like, "You're gonna shake my fucking hand."
And I just love the Joint Chiefs of Staff, or the DoD official as he was then, because then he has a bigger part in Peace Walker, and he's
That's
the
right.
only one who believes Big Boss. Oh, he's just such a cool guy. I love his like next to final line, which is like, "I hope when we meet again, you'll shake my hand." And I'm like, "Yeah, you do it, Big Boss." So I'm hoping that happens. That better happen at the end of Phantom Pain, like after.
That'll be
Yeah.
the after credit scene.
It's the ultimate after credit. Like, whatever's happened, we don't know what's happened. Big Boss has been beaten up, and he's been turned into Skullface, and then turned into Chico, and he wakes up in a hospital for like the 9th time, and the Joint Chief of Staff is like, do you remember that time I said I'd hope you'd shake my hand, because you ain't leaving, buddy.
Or I'll take the
I'll
other one.
picture him like holding like Big Boss's robotic arm, or like while Big Boss is like laying in the hospital bed, he opens his eyes, and the guy's just holding his dismembered robot hand, like shaking it, like, "Hey, can't say no, can you now, fucker?"
I'm
Okay.
going to quote, HF here uses stun arm, shocks him, hilarity ensues.
So, question 8. What is Liquid Snake's eye color?
Buzz Buzz.
That's
Who the
Medallion
fuck
Man.
is?
going to say green.
Scruff is correct.
You can't just copy Germain's answers. He knows everything.
Okay, you two are banned from reading the chat whilst the trivia's on, and also you two both have to consume like twice now for cheating. And Flash is being
I don't
punished.
have the chat pulled up.
Okay, so question 9: how many acts are there in Metal Gear Solid 4?
Buzz.
Oh, that was Medallion Man.
There are 5 acts, not counting the debriefing.
I think that's wrong, going based off of what I saw. But I don't know if you're counting the.
Sorry, did you say
bits.
Metal Gear Solid 4?
Yes. Because according to what I read, it said 6 acts, which are Liquid Sun, Solid Sun, Third Sun, Twin Sun, Old Sun, Naked Sun.
Yeah, I said 5, not counting debriefing.
Well, that's
Naked Sun it's subtitled as debriefing.
Fine.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and
But-
consume because I like consuming.
And I'm also going to consume. But I say that still counts as an act because it goes on for so long. So,
Like
yeah,
I think the little cutscene thing that someone made a post about the other day was like an hour and a half long or something like that.
And Act 5, Act 6, the debriefing has more gameplay than Act 5 because you gotta mash the flashback button so often. Yeah, I went there. I'm a Metal Gear Solid 4 defender, but I went there.
so question 10. What date did Metal Gear Rising become available on Steam? And I'm looking for the month/year, so you don't have to worry about the date.
Oh.
On
Fuck, I don't
Steam!
know that.
That was Medallion Man.
October 2013.
Wrong.
Nah, that's wrong, it's so wrong.
I'm going to buzz in and say August 25th, 2015. I have to consume.
Well, now you're not even trying.
June 2012.
Wrong. That's before the game even came out.
Ah,
Time paradox.
Hey, Jeff Scott.
Say Jeff got it? Is that it?
I think so, yeah.
I'm not looking.
Man, imagine having to wait till January 2014 to play Rising. What a horrible
Headchef is
existence.
correct, so Headchef is on the board.
Oh, that wasn't a wild guess. You knew. You know everything.
Well, all the people in the chat can use Google, and I hope you guys aren't using Google. We're going.
I'm
You'll hear me
not
type.
using Google. I am not capable of using Google, and you would have heard me typing anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 questions left. They're kind of tricky, but I'm sure you'll get them. So,
Okay.
question 11. What was Gustava Hefner's career before joining the STB?
Who?
What? Stop it.
Damn it! No. Ice skater? That's not true.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
Oh yes.
Yes.
What? What?
Yes.
No.
She was,
What?
She was Frank Yeager's lover back when she was in East Germany, and she was an ice skater for the Olympics. And then she tried to defect, but it all went wrong, and those 2 star-crossed lovers were separated. And then he killed her with a nuclear.
That plot line is straight out of the musical Chess. Well, okay, it's obviously not out of the musical called Chess, but it's basically the same thing.
I think Medallion Man's in the lead here. I haven't really
Pretty sure,
been
yeah,
keeping score,
pretty
but-
sure I am kicking ass right now.
But then again, if I took off points for wrong answers, it's probably even. So
Oh, we're gonna settle
Hey,
this
I'm
in.
winning
We're gonna
over
settle
here. I'm
this in
feeling pretty
banana al fruto.
Okay, so final question. Good luck to both participants and you in the chat at home. Question 12. Which character, whom we all know better by a different name, was known as Matka Pluku? Medallion Man?
Big Mama.
Correct.
Big Mama.
Yep.
Whatever.
That's correct.
I guess I have
Cool.
to consume.
Well, you should
It was
do.
me thinking
But
these.
wait, it's not over yet. Mr. Grit, how many weapons do you have to collect to get the little grey emblem from Metal Gear Solid 4?
Is it 63?
Oh, buddy! So close!
wasn't it?
69, dude.
Ah, fucking shit!
You should know this. Aren't you doing your chicken playthrough? Or your
Yeah.
apple playthrough?
You're going for all the emblems.
Right now, I am doing Jason and Bluebird, which I came to the conclusion that was a terrible idea to mix the 2 of those together.
You know,
dude, you fucked up your run really hard. Sorry, I'll consume. You should have gone to metalgearsolid.com/wiki/resources and checked out the amazing guide by Mr. Medallion, who tells you exactly how many runs you need. You can do it in 8 if you combine them all properly.
You're saying that you can go to our Metal Gear Solid /wiki/resources for really cool resources to do with Metal Gear made by users of the sub?
Don't you forget it.
Is there some kind of frequently asked questions area as well?
Oh, I don't
be
think
stupid.
so.
Wouldn't it be better for everyone just to ask their questions and just get people to answer them?
Hey, has anyone else noticed that Big Boss doesn't speak Russian anymore? Like, wasn't that a major plot point in Metal Gear Solid 3? Because I distinctly remember Ocelot saying he's pretty good. So therefore, Kojima.
Oh man, you guys should see how shitty the sub is right now. Because obviously I've been busy, so I haven't been removing all the crap.
Well,
This is really fun.
I had to come up with a whole bunch of questions. Yeah, I came up with all those trivia questions.
Oh yeah, exactly. We've all been busy. Redcon or just a mistake? Oh no! Good point. Metal Gear Ray, amphibious nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Yeah, I don't know. I was
definitely a retcon. The Phantom Pain, set in 1984, is retconning Metal Gear Solid 2 to establish that Ray is actually nuclear-equipped. I'm just rambling.
All right.
That guy at the end of Doctor Strangelove was a nuclear-equipped Texan.
All right. Mr. Britt, I have another question for you. Oh no, do you have a question?
I do.
Go.
What is the URL for Konami Insider that you had to register for to be automatically entered in a monthly drawing to win free games from Konami?
I think I know this. www.gofuckyourself.com.
Oh, how'd you know?
I'm gonna take 2 for that.
Konami.com/GS.
Oh my, really?
Does the
Yep.
Okay, well I'm gonna skip. No, I'm still gonna give you this one so that I can get to the best one later. How many plants and animals must you collect? Different plants and animals must you collect to get the Makor rank in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater?
Bleep bleep.
Oh, fuck you. It's 80. I'm gonna say 84.
Did you say 84? It's 48.
God fucking shit!
You're kind of right.
My balls are so
I'm just.
In the mirror
Well, I'm
universe,
dyslexic.
Okay, do you have another one?
I'm sure I can in about 10 seconds if you want to give me a different one while I think of one.
Alright, here we go. This is my slap heavy final nobody gets this right quiz. In Metal Gear Solid 2, when Ocelot hijacks the Ray, how many Galukovich soldiers are on the platform with him?
bleep bleep.
Now, there's a whole bunch of them, but how many are on the platform with them?
3.14.
Mr. Lander, do you have an answer? Or a guess?
My answer is I can see it in my head. I'm going to say none.
Oh, I like it, but no, it's 2.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say 5 first, which is a backwards 2. So when we do the mirror podcast, then
And you would do better in the When the Wrong Answers Are Right podcast?
hey, at least I know how to get into a bloody chat on time and not
Do we wanna
leave
drag
waiting
this
for 44 minutes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I need more alcohol.
Wait in the chat, like,
Yeah,
where the
okay.
fuck? Like, oh, I don't know, he told me to set up the chat.
So,
Hey guys, get in the chat.
that's the end of Trivia Round. Cue music that ends this bit while we edit. Shall we move along?
Yeah, let me, since it was supposed to be a drinking game, let me refill real quick with some more of this amazing breakfast cocktail.
While we're doing that, do you want to introduce your arsenal? Tell us what you're consuming tonight.
I actually, I talked about that while you were gone, actually, but I will do it again for your benefit, because it's really, really good. If you ever, or if you're a raging alcoholic and you need to wake up and drink something like right off the bat, this is great, because it tastes like breakfast, and then you won't feel so bad about yourself. It's,
fantastic.
Right? I've got Crown Royal Maple Whiskey. I mix that with a little bit of actual Canadian maple syrup. The main mixer is orange juice, and the grocery store that I work at, we have like a little cocktail section. We're weird here about selling alcohol, so we only sell beer, but we sell the mixers and stuff, and there's like this little bacon shot that you can put in. So it essentially tastes like orange juice, maple syrup, and bacon all mixed into one. Yeah, it's actually friggin' amazing. Like, it doesn't even taste like alcohol, which is why I'm kind of shit-faced right now.
Well, yeah. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's...
I'm sure chips. You're going to hear that.
Deal with it.
Yeah, so I've got a dozen box of Asahi, which is it's a nice drop for a beer. It goes down easy. It's nothing fancy. I just finished off a Boundary Road London Porter, which is kind of like a company here that just mass produces, air quotes, craft beer. It's for people who buy all their alcohol in the supermarket. And I've just topped up with a bottle of Steel and pear juice. So vodka and pear. We'll see how it goes.
I'm actually just about out of orange juice, so I'm going to switch over to that the root beer stuff that I was having the other night when we were recording. Yeah, for you guys that are wondering, I don't know if it's available anywhere but the States, but I've got this Coney Island alcoholic root beer, and when me and Flash were talking off air on the last episode, we were trying to figure out if it was, like hard root beer or if it was just root beer mixed with alcohol, but since then I've gone on to the website, and it's actually pretty interesting. They brew it like actual root beer, like with all like the ingredients and stuff, and then they add malt liquor to it. And so it goes through like the regular process, but it's just, I guess it is just alcoholic root beer, but it's actually quite good.
Sounds good. All right, so I've just posted the link to the Sean Eyestone drinking game. We are watching the E3 2014 gameplay demo, and the rules are you must consume when Sean Eyestone says, "That said, let's go ahead, what's this?" or any variation of "you can see" or "here we see" or something along those lines.
Here we have.
Yeah. So the link is set to 4 minutes, 20 seconds in. And I say we both hit it when we are ready.
I am watching a 15-second ad. I will be ready momentarily.
Sure thing. And big shout out to everybody in the chat. Goodbye, Sour Snake, who's off to show his brother the new trailer. A noble endeavor.
Spreading the God's word. All right, I'm ready when you are.
All right. I will go 3, 2, 1, play.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Play.
As you heard during the cutscene, our mission here is to rescue Miller, but we're going to show you a shortened version of that mission today, prepared just for E3, to show you as much as we can in the amount of time that we have. So to start with, let's go ahead and open up our iDroid.
Go ahead.
Yep.
And we see here our target area. But before we charge in, we should probably scout out the area. So we'll go ahead and mark
Go ahead.
vantage point on our map here.
Jesus.
That we can scout things out.
Ah.
And yes, your horse will do this in the
Your
game
horse
from
will
time to
poop.
time. We'll just ignore that and move on.
We'll just ignore that.
As you know, Phantom Pain is an open world game. It's roughly 200 times the size of Ground Zeroes. And we're just going to show you a small glimpse of that today to give you a taste of the gameplay. It is a wide open world, as you can see.
As you
a
can
lot of
see.
things to do, a lot of places to explore. It's also a living world populated by wildlife, and up ahead you can see some sheep on
You
the
can
road
see.
here. And the landscape is also dotted
Yep,
by
you
human
can see.
settlements,
As you
off to
can
the right.
see.
I should not have switched to vodka for this one.
Oh, shit.
Alright, now you notice the background music has changed. It's gotten a little tense. That indicates danger nearby. So let's go ahead and take a look with our binoculars.
Let's go
We
ahead.
have a couple enemies.
Oh,
so we'll go ahead and mark them.
Jesus.
And we'll make our approach. That said, if we're up on a horse,
That
it's
said.
easy to be spotted. So we'll use one of Snake's new abilities. You can actually hang off the side of the horse and lower your profile. And get close enough for the shot.
It's too early.
Alright, his buddy did notice that he went down, so we're going to use that to our advantage now. See if we can sneak up behind him. And hold this guy up.
He's going pretty fast there. I'm surprised he didn't hear
Alright,
him.
now that we have him held up, we can interrogate him, get some info.
Spit it out.
And he's telling us where we can find a container with raw materials. So we'll check that out in a bit. But first, let's go ahead and get rid of these guys.
Let's go ahead.
And what you're seeing on the screen right now is the Fulton recovery system.
What you can see.
Peace Walker should be familiar with this system. Those guys are going to head back to Mother Base. And it looks like we have a curious visitor here as well. Perhaps he wants to go back to Mother Base too. So let's go ahead and help him out here.
Let's go ahead.
Oh.
Alright, and he's down. So let's go ahead and attach the Fulton.
Oh, there we go again.
Bleh.
And off he goes. Alright, then we'll check our map, and we see the container here that the guy was
We
talking
see the
about.
container here.
It's not too far out of our way.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
We'll head back to Mother Base and become a part of your army, and you can assign them to various groups within Mother Base to do tasks for you. And as for the sheep, I'm sure we can figure something out. Alright, so here we have the container.
So here we have.
And we see the guy here. There's a guy guarding it, so we'll...
Gonna be the
look
death of
carefully
me.
here.
Ugh. Love that roll maneuver. I used it so much in MGS.
Now we did mark our enemies, so you can see him through
We can see.
objects such as this wall.
Oh, fucking A.
Go anywhere anytime soon, so we'll go ahead and lure him out.
Let's
And
go ahead.
Snake's new abilities. The knock is back. in
I got a
full
refill.
use. You can now perform this using your.
I've already
snake limb,
refilled.
which means you don't have to go next to a wall. So that said, if you
That said.
That's it.
perform some pretty brutal CQC, like so,
Shit.
I'm like
and peeking out from
backing
behind a
up while I
and
refill.
shooting
I've got
enemies is
3
now
to take.
faster and smoother than it was in Ground Zeroes. So we'll go ahead and get rid of these
Well,
guys.
go ahead.
Go ahead. I've got 4 now. Here we go. I'm just gonna drink the whole thing now.
And see if we can now recover the container.
Ugh. That's cool.
Right, and you gotta be sure to get off the container quickly there. If we were on the container when it went up, we actually would have been Fultoned along with it and gone back to Mother Base, which is a technique you may want to use from time to time, but of course that does abort the mission, so we don't want to do that for today's demonstration. Alright, so we'll move on. And you may have noticed also there was a weather report that came in over our iDroid, saying that there's a sandstorm
Oh,
nearby.
thank
If you
God.
look up at the sky, you can see that it has gotten a little gray now, and we see some
Oh,
sand
we
kicking up
see.
here.
Ah,
Fuck you, Sean Eyestone.
Sandstorm is just one example of the dynamic weather that we have in Phantom Pain. The weather will evolve throughout the day. And during a sandstorm, of course, visibility is low, which means that enemies will have a hard time
Don't
seeing
say
you,
it.
but in turn, you also have a hard time seeing where you're
Don't
going.
say it.
Be careful as you navigate through the landscape. Alright, there may be guys like this in hiding.
Oh, I can feel it coming.
Taking him out. Now you could Fulton this guy if you wanted to, but we won't do that today because of the sandstorm. The Fulton is influenced by weather.
That's cool.
And during high wind conditions, it can actually be blown off course. And if that happens, the guy you're Fultoning could end up dying. So we don't want to do that. As I mentioned, visibility is low, but since we marked our target, we can see where we're heading. So we'll just head towards the marker on screen.
as I mentioned, Count.
Now our droid is telling us that the
You know
weather
what,
is
we're
clear
gonna
and the
say
4
yes.
guys we Fultoned earlier have made it back to base.
I'm down.
But before we move on, you notice there's something shining beneath this tree. So let's go ahead and check
I'm
it
going to
out.
add a new rule. There's a go ahead, by the way, but I'm saying you notice counts as we see.
Okay, so raw diamonds.
Oh, boy.
These raw diamonds are an example of raw materials that you can gather around the map. These are scattered throughout the landscape.
Blood diamonds.
And when you pick them up, they get sent back to Mother Base and add to your GMP. GMP being the currency in Phantom Pain, which you can use to upgrade your base and also develop new items and equipment.
I'm gonna spend so much time just walking around.
So now we're at a vantage point that we set earlier.
Yeah.
And off in the distance, you can see our target.
This
in
is
yellow
the
there.
spot where
So
the, I
in there, we
think,
should be
oh
able
no,
to get
I don't think
info
so.
regarding those whereabouts.
I was going to say it's where the,
Let's go ahead and take a look.
no,
Use
go
our
ahead.
binoculars.
where the,
See the target here.
where the little
There are some enemies. We'll go ahead
sign
and mark
was
them.
from the Gamescom demo, and they said, "Hey, E3 vantage point."
Oh right. Yeah, you
I think
played
that's
this mission, didn't you?
I did. I did.
Very nice.
I ignored this entire village. I just swept right past it. No, I'm serious. There are multiple locations. Like the intel's supposed to be in this village,
Go
but I
ahead.
got it from somewhere
That
else.
said,
Nope.
we don't know if there may be more enemies in hiding in buildings or around corners. So let's call upon Mother Base to help us out
let's-
here. Now, Mother Base, there's an intel unit that can scout things out for us.
But yeah, as I was saying,
And what you see in the background here is actually Mother Base. So all the guys we Fulton
the
earlier are sent
intel
back here.
he gets
Let's
from
take
this
a look at
village,
our
I got
staff
somewhere
list.
else. There seems to be
You see that
multiple
there are 40
locations.
members added to the bottom.
Oh,
So we'll go
that's
ahead
cool.
and assign one of these guys.
It was
to
cool.
head to
The first time I did it, I went straight to cars. I mean, the target. Sorry,
Note also
NDA.
that the UI is
And,
movable, so you can move it around like so by moving the controller.
To see if I could find them, and if I was paying
Right, so
attention, I
you see
could have
the
grabbed
intel
them
unit
without
that
getting the
scout out
intel.
some info for us.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Enemy presence detected.
Well, it's just like Ground
There's
Zeroes.
support. Let's go ahead and
Like
pull
in
that
Ground
up.
Zeroes, you can go straight to
You'll notice
Pars
these red areas here. These
without
indicate
finding out where she
anticipated
is from
enemy
Chico.
locations. So we'll go ahead and mark those.
I kind of like that they're giving us, God, I'm drunk. They're kind of giving us the options to, really play it how we want. This is going to be a terrible podcast from here on out. I'm shit-faced.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, like just all the freedom that we have. I mean, like, you can play, because actually I was playing Metal Gear Solid 4 the other day for the Platinum, and I was playing Act 3, I think it is, where you follow the British guy around, and I was, the whole time, like, every time I replay that act, I'm like, can I just go to the fucking church? I know where it is. Do I have to follow this guy around forever?
Yeah.
Until the guards change
The whole game, I
you
think,
could do that just by sitting here waiting for a
everybody's
very long
opinion of the game would
time.
have
We also have an
changed
item
if there
that
was
comes in handy
just a
in
way to
situations
skip
like
Act
this.
3,
And call it the Phantom
like
Cigar.
a special way, like if you
Cigar
know
is a
about it,
cigar that
you
Snake
can go there.
smoked to help pass the time.
That would have
You can start
redeemed the whole
fast-forwarding
game
time,
for, I
stop
think,
whenever
half
you
the
like.
audience.
Oh,
Keep
for
in mind
sure.
that
It's
it is an e-cigar.
brutal going back
Produces
through
no
that whole
ash,
thing. I
and
did it
smoke
last
seals
night,
can
actually,
exactly
for the elements I
Over
was
and
talking
over
about.
again.
Oh,
Up the sky,
God,
you
it's
see we have real-time
painful.
cloud simulation. All this being done in real time, and you see also the sun and moon do move
I like
through
that
the
it gives
sky
you
really slowly.
notices for
shadows
when the
from
sun's
vegetation
rising, when you're on
is
the
cast
Phantom
with-
Cigar.
Yeah, that's perfect day. Sun will rise momentarily, so if you unequip the cigar, then you know you're just going to hit sunrise, or
Now, if we
you
pan
know
over
you're
to
going to
the
hit sunset.
You can also see that the
That's a
enemies
nice
we
little
looked earlier are changing
touch.
shifts depending on the time of day. And if we look at our map, we see these blue
We
triangles
see.
here, which indicate enemies who are sleeping. So depending
Oh,
on the time
boy.
of day, if enemies are off their shift, they may be sleeping, and you can use that to your advantage as you plan your
Oh.
So we'll go ahead and
Refill
stop here.
time.
Yeah, you can stop at any time. And honestly, it probably would be best to sneak in.
I'm gonna send a hate
night,
mail to
so
Sean
you have
Eyestone
darkness,
now.
to provide cover. But today we want to make sure you see what's going
Like,
on.
you
so we're doing
fucking
that.
get, you
And
say
help
the
us out, we'll
same
go ahead
thing
and place some markers here.
in 2 minutes.
Now, these
When you
markers
post
serve
this
as
on the
waypoints
Twitter
if you
account,
sneak
just
through
tag
the
him in,
gates.
say
And
Sean
make sure you
Eyestone
don't
drinking game
get
starts at a certain time.
I was gonna ask you about that. Like, are we
Okay,
we
so
good
we've
to
gone
like
ahead and set our infiltration route.
shout out to
That
people?
said, it is broad daylight, so it'll be hard to sneak
I
through the base at this
suppose,
point in time.
like,
So let's go ahead
I
and
did a
once again
post
call
and
upon Mother Base
tagged
for some help.
Hideo
In Mother
Kojima
Base,
because
we
I
have
was
an
being
R&D
a
unit, and
self-righteous
these guys can help you
prick,
out
but
by developing
yeah,
lots of, items and equipment. So for today, let's go ahead.
I
and
assume
have
it's just
them do
approach
the
with
ultimate
caution.
in stealth technology, which, as every Metal Gear fan knows, is
Yeah.
the cardboard box. So we'll go ahead and place
I don't know.
it in
You're the Twitter expert. I'm like
and have it drop
trying to
location.
make the outer heaven of Twitter at the moment, where we don't follow all the cool people and we just run our own thing. But I don't think that's how Twitter works. I have a feeling that I'm a little
There
old.
it is.
It's it's been fun running it for sure. Or like,
Oh, I love your posts, by the way. I really haven't loved all of your posts,
And we'll go ahead and
so I've
this
tried to
box.
try and copy that.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, like for some feedback. If I was like kind of going
We
with
have a
what you had in mind.
customized Special edition.
Yeah. By the way,
box,
everybody, so
so
Scuff
there
pretty
you go.
much is our media manager, the Metal Gear
We'll go
Solid
ahead and head down the
subreddit
slope
media
there.
manager,
Keep in mind,
and by
this is
that I
just
mean
one
he has the
possible
password to our
Fountain Pain is an
Twitter
open world game,
account.
and you can approach targets from any angle, any direction. It's just one possibility that we're showing you here today.
Oh, Sean is quiet. Thank Christ.
As we make our way out here to the open, let's go ahead and...
Damn
pull
it!
out
Go
the-
ahead.
Oh.
Right, now players who have played Metal Gear before are obviously
I'm out of
familiar with
orange
the cardboard
juice, I'm
box,
just doing
but it has
shots
been upgraded
now.
for Phantom Pain with some new abilities, such as the ability to pop up, take guys out, and quickly duck back into the box. And you can now do all of this without having to equip and unequip the box. You can also use the Fulton from within the box.
I love that
And it
screen.
looks like we have another enemy behind us. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and sneak up on this guy.
I don't care that they scream when they're unconscious because it's so funny.
I would kind of like the what's it called, like the wolf helm scream or something like that. That's in like every Star
some
Wars
more.
movie and a bunch of other movies.
It's in everything. I'm a fan of it. It's
Oh,
fun for movie
absolutely.
people. Like, I
ahead,
guess
we
it
see
splits
guys who
50-50. I know a lot of
could
people who go, I hate it
we
because it
could
takes
try
me
and
out of the movie, but me, I
Let's try
love it.
something different.
I love it,
Mother
but
Base,
like
we have a support
I'll be
unit
out
that
like
can
on a
provide
date,
supply
and I'll like
drops.
you'll
Supply
be
drops
watching
useful
like
for
you know
providing
my
items
usual
and
second date
ammunition.
is the movies,
But
and
you
like
can
I'll
also
turn
use
to
them in
whatever
some
woman I'm
pretty
with, like,
cool
oh,
ways.
did you hear
So
that?
for
That's the
example,
blah blah
down
blah.
here,
I go,
you
shut
can
the
also supply
fuck
drop
up.
right onto an enemy
So
location.
that's why you're
So
always on
this
second
is what
dates?
Yeah, right.
Oh, did you see the cinematography in that? Oh my god,
So we knock the guy
it's
out,
just amazing.
and some
Oh, the
ammo,
Wolfhelm
2
scream.
birds with
Oh.
one stone. Let's go ahead and collect that.
That's a movie thing. You might not know about it.
Yeah. Filthy casual.
Get the fuck out of my cinema, bitch.
And move
You
on.
can't come on a date with me. Oh, this is getting bad.
I think they know we're just drunk at this point. It's fine.
Ah man, what contests do we have left? We've got the Solid Snake repetition challenge, but I couldn't find a good cutscene to make it work. So we'll ask the chat. We'll ask the chat. Where are you guys? Hang on, I gotta bring this window up again.
Yeah, same
If
here.
you're still listening, I have the feeling everybody's disappearing, but Shaman hates the Wilhelm scream, and like I said, I don't blame you. I know it's polarizing. If anybody can think of a good cutscene for us to drink every time Snake repeats a line, I'm all ears.
So let's go ahead and use that to our advantage.
That is a go ahead, by the way.
Engage him as long as we're
shit.
and proceed carefully here. He shouldn't wake up.
My day is shot. It's not even noon yet. No, they've all abandoned us because we're too drunk.
I think they've disappeared. I think the improv killed it. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty wretched.
And now that we're back in the open again, let's go ahead and put our blocks back on.
We could just cut that whole bit out.
I'm actually thinking we might cut it out. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, we did a terrible
like
improv
someone may have noticed our blocks moving,
of
which is
a
not a good
cutscene,
thing.
and
Obviously,
it didn't work.
Nope,
we do have
not
something
even
to
a
keep the
little
game in this
bit.
situation. You can actually
It
jump out
was
the side of the
fun
box,
drinking.
like so.
Actually, we didn't even
And
drink
this is
through
actually a
that
very
part.
useful technique, because
The
as long as
worst
the
part
enemy
is
does
the
not
part
see
that
you
we
jumping out
didn't
of the
drink
box,
through. Go figure.
He will come to investigate, and you can actually
Yeah,
use the
good
box
call.
as a decoy as you sneak around the side of the building here. Now, previously we showed you how you can use the Fulton system. To
Nah,
Fulton
we're
people
aware.
as well
We're
as
painfully
containers.
aware.
You can also use the Fulton to Fulton vehicles. So let's go ahead and recover this vehicle here from Mother Base.
I like this. There's just a guy conveniently behind the Jeep. These are very well set up demos, eh?
Yeah, I was just thinking that, like, just how convenient everything is.
Oh yeah, I applaud the, I'm going to call it choreography. They know the maps, they know everything, and they set up demos to show off a bunch of stuff. We've talked about it before, like the way that Jackie will kind of set off an alert. He kind of makes it look organic, but if you know the game, you know he's just doing it on purpose.
And the dumpster is just one example of various objects that.
Yeah, I really like that.
To hide.
Oh, hitting my e-cig. They really know like every nook and cranny of everything. You like really show you every aspect. I mean, it would be very, very, very easy for them to do a no alert, like just a complete ghost run, just because they know everything. But they're doing like a really good job just showcasing.
Put our next marker now.
Yeah, I like how organic the screw-ups are. Like you can spot them if you're like a hardcore nerd. But for most people, it'll be like, oh man, you got seen, you didn't think about it, blah 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 blah. It's quite cool.
And that yellow marker there on the second floor of the building is our target.
Oh, we're so close now. We're gonna be playing this game within a week.
Well, again, I'm just gonna keep re-hyping. When you're listening to this, it's gonna be 2 days away.
Yeah, just listen to a couple drunks just do their thing.
And somebody to our right may have spotted something.
Man, I wish somehow we could include all this feedback. German's just nailing it. At first you said I'd put a link to skip the improv. Hey, good idea. But talking about the game, like they show off the screw ups, but also the excellent of the mechanics. This is sweet. I love this. Like just get in the muck, crawl through a sewage channel. What I assume is a sewage channel, or some kind of filthy little shitty nothing.
And the coast
I think we should do this thing with the chat from now on.
I'm rating it. It might be hard to get everyone in, but if anybody wants to join the chat, please get in touch or comment on the video when it's posted or whatever, because this is kind of cool.
Ooh,
we probably won't be this drunk, but
yeah, I'm usually drinking during the podcast, but I wouldn't say I'm this drunk during the podcast.
Yeah, I'm coasting. I'm usually just gotten home from the pub, so I'm there, but.
Yeah, it looks like the soldiers as well as.
I'll usually have like 3 or 4 while we're recording, but I mean I've been taking shots this whole time, so I mean I'm like 9 deep at this point.
I think when we get to Peace Walker, we have to turn to shots.
I've been doing shots this whole time. I might have to switch to the root beer.
Mine's been like, I'm gonna say 60-40 my mix at the moment, so.
We should just do a gin bucket. Have you ever done a gin bucket? Do you know what that is? Do you guys in the chat know what a gin bucket is? It's amazing. Alright, it's magical. It's great for a... Oh, hey, Fear. I'm going to be an asshole here for a minute. We had control over muting people's microphones, and then Google Hangouts decided to be a dipshit, and now I can't control it, so... Yeah, there we go. We're just using the chat for for like the communication and stuff. But yeah, this gin bucket, it's a shitty thing I learned in college, but you can get so drunk for super cheap, and it tastes like water pretty much. You get literally a big, huge bucket. Like, we're talking like a bucket that stores like 15 basketballs. That's the unit of measurement I've decided on. 15 basketball big bucket. And you add a bunch of ice, you add like 3 handles of gin, like cheap-ass gin, the cheapest shit you can find, and you add punch and whatever you want, like 2 liters of 7-Up. But then, as the party goes on, since you can't taste anything, you know, someone will show up with a 6-pack of beer, and at this point,
fire it in.
drunk. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, welcome to the party, man. Just pour the beer right in. So anyone that shows up with alcohol, you just tell them to add it to the gin bucket, and it tastes like water the whole time. It's
We used to do it with Party Cosmo, so you just get a bucket and like a bottle of cranberry juice and like 2 bottles of vodka and a bottle of orange like flavoring, and just fire it all up and just do like a full-on like cocktail strength Cosmo, but as a punch bucket.
Oh, nice.
That'll get you. Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, college parties.
Oh, and here's Jackie accidentally screwing up.
Oh, he's so bad at the game.
I think the drinking game's over at the moment.
I'm still just drinking at this point.
Oh yeah, I'm just giving up waiting. Do you wanna cut the video? Cut the editing. I'll edit out some stuff, and then we'll move on to Peace Walker. I'm just gonna rechange my mission prep a little bit.
Oh yeah, me too. Fear just brought up a very good point in the chat. He was really hoping to hear Eli's voice.
Eli's voice.
Yeah.
Oh, in the trailer.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah, that's been like the mother of all cop teasers, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's
Did you see what they said?
Do what?
Did you see what they said in the reviews about how well the voice actor did? Did
Oh, for Eli?
Yeah, for Eli.
I checked out a few reviews. I checked out Killer Zeitz, which was amazing, and she gave amazing responses in the comments. Killer Zeit, if you do listen to this, thank you. That was amazing. And the one that flash linked in the Twitter, I read IGN's, but I haven't read anything beyond that.
Somebody said that whoever the voice of Cam Clark, they said, not Cam Clark, Eli, they're like, this is going to change the way people voice younger players forever. I don't know what that means.
Oh wow. That's cool.
I missed that one. I've read every review that I found just for the sake of, moderating. But I missed that one, so I'm gonna hunt that one down. I mean, personally, I don't mind reviews. Like, a review is part of the hype for the game, and I don't think there's going to be a huge giveaway. So maybe Greg Miller's review has been a bit, or his content's been a bit much. But as far as the text reviews have gone, I haven't felt spoiled, really. Like, mildly hyped, but not spoiled. I don't know. But I haven't read that, and now I'm super hyped. That is a cool thing to hear.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. That's awesome.
So when the when the ST came out, I just was hoping so badly Eli would go, Father!
Yeah, there's a lot to hope for from him. That's a massive hanging question, is where are they going to go with him as a character, as a little kid?
It's huge, actually. Eli's story becoming liquid because his infatuation with his father, his relationship with Ocelot, that's going to be pretty interesting because it feels like Ocelot might have become a father figure to him. Maybe.
I think that's a very good concept to bring up, too, because, I mean, that changes a lot of what Metal Gear Solid 1 becomes.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, as Fear's pointing out, you've got Liquid, Ocelot, and Mantis all kind of occupying the same sphere in 1984. So these guys have some backstory, and here they are in Metal Gear Solid 1 teaming up to do a thing.
Yeah, which is, like, that changes the entire dynamic.
Yeah, and in some cool ways, because Metal Gear Solid kind of suffers from Terminator Syndrome, where you hear some details, and then you instantly want to run away and extrapolate on those details. And a lot of the stuff in Metal Gear Solid 1 at the time was just throwaway stuff. Ocelot, I was in Mozambique and Chad and all these places. At the time, it didn't mean much. Yeah. And here we have Phantom Pain that can kind of, if it wants to, I think it's unfair to expect it to, but if it wants to, if Kojima wants to do that, can kind of build in that background, and you have three pretty central characters who are all kind of finding themselves in the same place at the same time. So that's going to be really fun to find out about.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's mind-boggling. I know that like we can run away with our expectations sometimes. Like you said, it's kind of unfair to expect it to do all this stuff. But that being said, it's almost being set up for it, because I mean that has to be Mantis at this point, and that has to be Liquid, unless the only way it would not be Liquid and Mantis is if he was trying to mislead us to make us think that.
Well, I'm going to be a big spoiler Rui and say Kojima tweeted the soundtrack not too long ago. And
that's right, that track.
And one of the tracks was called like Mantis's Fury or Angering Mantis or something. So I think that's done and dusted, and I think most people expected that to be the case, but that still leaves a whole bunch of questions open.
Yeah, that's it, sure, man. It is Angering Mantis, yeah. Mantis has a bad day.
So going with that image we've seen of Mantis floating in the background of the Metal Gear, sounds like he's kind of involved in this stuff. Is he running the Metal Gear? Is he piloting it? Is he controlling it?
He seems pretty central to the plot.
You know that we saw the two Elis, and I don't think they're clones. I think it might be a Mantis trick, and possibly because they're the same age, the child soldiers might go out in the field together at least a few times, and maybe, so when the children go out, I think like Eli and Mantis will usually go out together, or at least in this case, because like we saw in the same that picture in the same hangar, the flaming Volgan-looking character, and Mantis, where ST-84 is. I don't know if he's also producing some sort of second illusionary Eli. I think that's all so speculative, though. I just thought, as kids, maybe they go out together.
I totally see what you're getting at, because the two Elis, anyway, like half an idea I had, I guess. It doesn't make any sense, but I'm thinking like a Liquid and Solid fire team, these two twins going out and operating together. That doesn't make any sense in the context of the games that we know, because Solid has no idea of the existence of Liquid. Again, and looking at that corridor scene, we're seeing footage that is, I'm going to go back to the word Lynchian.
Like dreamlike.
We are seeing it as an insight into what these characters are thinking. So if Eli is, for some reason, thinking of himself as two people, or he knows he has a twin, but even though that twin never shows up in the Phantom Pain, he's kind of imagining that, and that's what we're seeing. It's hard to call at this point, but it seems like a lot of the cinematography is more about the internal state of these characters. We're being shown Big Boss as a flaming skull. Clearly, that's not literally happening, and I might eat my words in a week's time, but that's the way he sees himself, and we are being shown that, which is very different from the rest of the series, put it that way.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And a couple people on the sub have, noted that, like, the second Eli or what have you, like, has the same scars and stuff. And so, like, it's likely that's not, like, a physical thing. Like, I saw, like, all kinds of comments, like, oh, there's Solid Snake, we're obviously getting David Hayter and yada, yada, yada. But I think it's more of, like, a metaphorical thing.
It seems like a projection of some kind, yeah. Well, let's wind up. So this is being published before release. And I've got to say a massive thank you to Scuff for getting this off the ground, because I sure as hell would have done it on my own.
Right back at you, Flash. Thank you. I mean, I think we've had some great discussion so far, and we are going to take a bit of a break when Phantom Pain releases. I'm sure we're planning on going back to it, but we definitely need time to play the game and get back together and sort all that stuff out. But yeah, it's been a blast. And Flash, you've been a fucking awesome co-host.
Yeah. Thank you. That means a lot to me, because I don't think I could have done this on my own. Like, I would just be ranting non-stop. So it's good. You can chalk this up to drunken rambling. I don't care. Hey, and it's nice to fire up my PS3. This is probably the last time I'm ever going to turn my PS3 on. If that was me getting my face shot out by Ephraim Scufflegrip, then it was totally worth it. This has been cool. So thanks everyone who listens. All right, so I guess it's time to sign out.
It's fun.
Good night, everybody. This has been fun. This has been a long recording, and I am shit-faced. So thanks, everybody, for tolerating us. And, German, who... I want to give a shout-out to Jumo, who's, like, the star player of our line chat. If you don't know, we have we're using an app called Line, which is a few of us hanging out on the subreddit. And if anybody else wants to join in, please get in touch, because it's a cool little place and it's a nice little relaxed spot. And Germo is a total star player. So hi Germo. And don't everybody else whose name I haven't mentioned, which is everybody except Germo, don't get it the wrong way. But you guys are all really cool. I've had great time getting to work, pretending to work, firing up the Line chat and just jumping in with you guys. So I hope you could have seen the gameplay. I hope that worked all right, and you guys are all really cool.
Absolutely. And listeners that aren't in the chat, if this has not been your kind of thing, listen to us drunken rambling after our... Yeah, it's just been a fun one. This was for sure just like a lax kind of hang out with everyone kind of day, not our traditional podcast. But when we do return, we will be back to our more structured format. This is
when we come back, we're going to be fucking shape, aren't we? Aren't we, Scuff? We're going to be all over it.
Yeah, I've been to AA since then, I swear.
Yeah, and apologies to Sean Eyestone if you're listening, but sorry for turning your fantastic summaries. And I mean, Sean Eyestone's kept us going I'm going to say over a year now, and we made fun of that by drinking through his mannerisms, and that was fun, but don't take it the wrong way.
Absolutely. All your playthroughs have been excellent. I have watched each and every second of them multiple times. You do great commentary. We just needed an excuse to drink, and you were more than kind enough to provide us an excuse.
Excellent. And response to Fairpoint, I'm thinking we definitely have some podcasts featuring FOB raids. Totally into that. And again, a shout out to all the Metal Gear Solid subscribers, who are lurkers and don't say anything. We love you guys too. And I know it's weird when you see a subreddit and there's all these names and people who are big and comment and stuff like that, and you go, I'm not going to say anything, but hey, we know you're all there. I know what it's like. I've been in the same place. So hello to all of you guys, and hey, say hi. Make sure you jump into the mess hall. Make sure you issue a challenge for some FOB rating or whatever, or some defense. Fuck you all. I've had a great time.
Yeah, it's been a great early morning for me getting drunk. I have a drinking problem.
I think I speak for everybody who listens. You guys podcast, the hype. You want to stay hyped, and sometimes there's not information all the time, but the podcast has been something to really look forward to. And you guys do a really good job. So, I know it's not easy to do all this stuff. So thanks for doing it.
Dude, thank you so much. I commented on this in when we posted HF's episode. There was a couple people that said something along the same lines, and I'll say the same thing now as I said in those comments. The hearing feedback like that really makes my day. I mean, it's not a lot of work. I mean, it's just some quick emails and line chats between me and Flash, but hearing stuff like that really makes at least me feel like we're doing something that a lot of people enjoy, and that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, well, don't play it down, because we have to spend entire afternoons working out when the fuck we're gonna meet this shit. And every single time, I mean, don't get me wrong, every single time it turns out, oh yeah, okay, Flash, I'll do my 1 a.m. and you do what time it's in. Nah, I'm just taking the piss now. But I don't mind. And it's great. I hope people enjoy it. I hope it's like a community thing, a subreddit thing, but whatever. We're having a ball, and if that's fun, then hopefully it's fun to listen to. And hopefully with the Phantom Pain, when the Phantom Pain comes out, we've got a whole bunch of extra stuff to talk to. So everybody get in on the combat unit. The first combat unit, by the way, on launch day, I'm going to set up the combat unit thread for A Hero's Way, which we all are very familiar with, but let's see everybody's first playthrough of the mission that we've all seen 100 times.
Awesome. I don't know. I'm game.
Cool. I'm gonna go for a smoke and a piss. So let's call it a night,
It is lunchtime for me. I'm off to go drink more at this sandwich place with a couple of my mates.
Oh, it sounds good.
All right, folks. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
hiding our mask. Care the harlot, the land, the shame. Care the harlot, the need, the shame. And giving light and time for me to be wrong. And giving light and time for she and autumn sun, the wonder, be
Aha! Now it's the Waylander podcast. I'm in charge now. Everyone in the chat, say how much you love me. Anytime now.